Welcome to an overview of artificial intelligence. In this session, we will learn the fundamentals of AI, its real-world applications, and how it is impacting our personal and professional lives today, and how it is going to change our lives in the future. This session is for those who are new to AI or those who have a piecemeal knowledge and want to have a full picture of AI and its historical context. I'm your presenter today. My name is Akbar Jaffer. I'm an artificial intelligence strategist for small to large corporations. I was a computer scientist for the first 15 years of my career, and I have served as an enterprise marketing executive for the last 20. I have an undergrad in mathematics and computer science from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and I have an MBA from Kellogg School of Management, Northwestern University. I am also an adjunct professor of entrepreneurship and marketing at the Grand Canyon University. And now, let's get started. So think of what comes to your mind when you hear the term artificial intelligence. Based on what you have heard or seen, maybe you have watched a movie like The iRobots with Will Smith. What's your opinion about AI? Speaking of AI, how did we get here? There have been many revolutions for us humans. For this conversation, let's take these four major industrial revolutions. During these four key industrial revolutions, human race made significant advancements, from farming, stone and iron tools, machines and manufacturing, to assembly line by Henry Ford. Then came the information age and the internet. And today, we are at the very infant stages of commercially viable AI. Commercially viable? Because AI research and development has been going on for decades, and starting only recently, we have been able to use AI for real commercial purpose. As humans, we experience these revolutions that significantly change the way we live our lives. What is remarkable to note is just how fast we adopted the tools and technologies, the speed with which we let them shift our paradigm of living. For example, it took us nearly 10,000 years to adopt agricultural practices with advancements in tools, processes, and science. Then it took us nearly 1,000 years to fully adopt the bronze and iron tools. After that, it took us about 100 years to adopt scientific tools, but only less than 30 years for the internet and information age. However, we predict that it will take us less than 10 years to fully adopt AI and let it fundamentally change the way we live our lives. What is mind-boggling is that it only started a couple of years ago in November 2022 when OpenAI released its first version of ChatGPT. Before we talk about artificial intelligence, let's say how we define human intelligence. Intelligent human beings are able to think logically and solve problems. We can learn from our experiences and improve. We can interpret things and see and hear and touch, our five senses. We constantly adapt to changing environments and conditions, and we are able to communicate with each other. Artificial intelligence is essentially powerful computers that are able to solve problems, learn from examples and improve, interpret things they see, hear, and read, constantly respond to changing environments and conditions, and they can communicate with us and with each other. For example, we all use Siri and Alexa. We all have chatbots when you go to some website for sales and support. We have self-driving cars like Waymo. And we see recommendations from Netflix and YouTube and Apple Music. AI is not new. Researchers have been pursuing the dream of artificial intelligence since the 1950s. For decades, progress was largely theoretical, with many failed experiments mainly because we lacked the powerful and affordable hardware needed to make AI truly impactful. In the 1980s, AI was used for large computer system configurations. In the 90s, IBM Watson won the game of chess. In the early 2000s, Netflix started experimenting with its recommendation engines. In 2010s, Google's AlphaGo won the game of Go. It was not until 2022 that the first commercially viable application was possible, that was when OpenAI started collaborating with a company called NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been building graphical processor unit used in games and consoles. But in 2016, NVIDIA came up with more powerful processors and other complementing technologies that made it possible for AI to happen. Then in 2022, OpenAI released its first version of ChatGPT. Let's watch a couple of examples that demonstrate the power of AI today.
Welcome to Sora. Let's get started by creating our first video. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the composer. This is where you can write in text to describe exactly what you want to see in your video. I want to see a family of woolly mammoths in an open desert. Before I create this clip, I'll review my settings. I can add a style preset. I can change the aspect ratio, increase the resolution, increase the duration, and even change the number of variations of clips from a single prompt. And finally, hovering over the help icon will tell me exactly how many credits will be used by creating a video at these current settings. And this all looks perfect. You can go ahead and hit create, and you'll see the video pop right into your library and begin generating. When your videos finish, you can hover over any of the variations to watch all of them play back in real time. For more fine-grained control, you can use your mouse to scrub over the videos and watch them play back more slowly. Clicking on a video will bring it into the lightbox, and you can use the arrow keys to see the different clips in the set. Once you find a generation you love, you can easily build off of it with our editing toolbar. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see a number of different ways to edit this clip. You can always make changes to your prompt or storyboard. You can also recut this clip, trimming or extending any section of the video in a new timeline. Remix lets you use natural language to describe any changes you want to make. Blend lets you transform and influence the contents of a video with that of another one. And Loop lets you create a seamlessly repeating section of a video. And voila! Near the top of the screen, you'll see quick actions like favorite, share to feed, and download. Explore is your destination for inspiration. It's where members of the community can come together to share their work, inspire one another, create with each other's clips, and learn new techniques of working with Sora in the process.
As I said earlier, our vision for our assistant is to help you get things done. It turns out a big part of getting things done is making a phone call. You may want to get an oil change schedule, maybe call a plumber in the middle of the week, or even schedule a haircut appointment. We think AI can help with this problem. So let's go back to this example. Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
So how can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around?
At 12 p.m.
We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15.
Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.?
Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for?
Just a woman's haircut for now.
Okay, we have a 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. is fine.
Okay, what's her first name?
The first name is Lisa.
Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Great. Have a great day. Bye.
AI is not a monolithic application. There's no one single tool. Essentially, there are 5 categories of AI-based solutions. The first is what we call narrow AI. These solutions are designed to perform a specific task, for example, Siri and Alexa. Then we have robotics. It's the machine or systems that can physically interact with the world. We all know about the factory robots, which are the headless arms that move around and screw doors into new cars. And then there's a company called Boston Dynamics that has invented a robot dog called Spot, and they have invented some machine-based soldiers. Then we have generative AI. This part of AI creates new content such as text, images, video, audio, and computer code. For example, ChatGPT, DALL-E, and GitHub. Then comes the super AI, or as we call it, artificial superintelligence, a future AI that surpasses human intelligence. Today, it's essentially theoretical or fictional, like the AI in the movie Her, or my favorite, The Bicentennial Man by late Robin Williams. The last one is the generative AI, or the artificial general intelligence. It's a hypothetical system that can pass any human cognitive test. This has not been achieved, and some experts say that it might take another 40 to 50 years for us to get there. So how does AI machine do what it does? What makes this entire magic work? Fundamentally, for AI computer to learn and improve itself, it needs massive amounts of sample data. This very large data comes from sensors and data captured in other ways. For example, a typical Airbus A380 has up to 25,000 sensors. A farm might have about hundreds or thousands of sensors, and an industrial heavy machine might have tens and hundreds of sensors. These sensors collect sample data every 5 seconds. This massive amount of data has to be organized, cleaned, managed, tagged, and processed. Natural language process, or NLP, is how computers are able to talk to humans. Machine learning is how computers learn new things by themselves and improve. This is a very busy picture, but I want to get one thing out of it. In the entire universe of AI, generative AI is a small subset of what AI can do. So let's look at 5 real-world examples of, in a very short period of time, AI has made significant impact in. In the area of drug discovery, AI is helping new protein discovery to speed up research of new drugs. For pharma companies, conducting clinical trials is a very costly and time-consuming proposition. Even then, it's nearly impossible to have all the different types of patients representation for their study. AI is also helping in creating synthetic data for clinical trials, for cancer research, and for vaccinations. In the area of self-driving cars, we see Waymo all over Phoenix. I highly recommend that you take a ride in one of those. In the area of predictive maintenance, AI is helping in reducing unscheduled downtime of airplanes, heavy machinery, and MRI machines in hospitals. Let's say, for example, if an MRI machine is down for 3 days, patient treatments are delayed, cost of hospitalization goes up, and hospitals lose money. Imagine if AI can predict MRI machine failure weeks in advance. We now have over 8 billion people on Earth. In the field of agriculture, AI is used to optimize crop yields using thousands of sensors in farms to monitor weather data, soil conditions, pesticides, and water levels. And lastly, in the field of machinery, AI is helping with precision and advanced manufacturing, reducing cost, waste, and time to market. So how do we give instructions to AI? Imagine that AI computer is a child. You need to give this child exact instructions of what they want them to do.
And this is pretty much where we take an everyday task and your children have to explain it to you bit by bit to get that task done. And today we are making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So Ashley and Antonella have to explain it to me as if I have never made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before. Step by step by step. So we're going to start with Ashley's steps first.
Okay.
And let's see if we can make this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, I have our instructions. Step 1. Take piece of bread. Bread. Put bread on plate. I don't have a plate. Plate. Put bread on plate.
You're supposed to put it on, right?
Bread is on plate. Take a spoon of jelly. Spoon of jelly. Put peanut butter on bread. Okay?
Oh my god. Oh
Give me
no,
the-
I
throw me
mixed
the-
it up.
Peanut butter. Put peanut butter on bread.
Okay, so like a child, AI is a computer. It's a smart computer, and it's here to help us get things done faster. So we need to talk to the AI computer and ask it to do things for us correctly. To get AI computer to do things for us, we need to talk to it in a certain way. We call it a prompt. A prompt is our ask to the AI computer. Prompt engineering is learning to ask a smart robot helper clear, specific questions so it gives you exactly the help you want in the exact format that you want it. Okay, so the components of this prompt. The first one is the role of the persona. Who is asking the question, or what persona you want the computer to assume? For example, I'm a high school science teacher in the United States. The second one is task. What do you want AI to do? Can you recommend 5 real-world science experiments for 11th grade? Third, context. Give us some background information. This is for a high school summer camp. Format. How do you want the output? Present it to me bullet point list with short explanations and what material I will need for each experiment. And lastly, constraints or tones, additional information and examples. Avoid technical jargon and make the experiments fun. So here are some examples of prompts. We can ask AI to do something. Can you call a hair salon and book an appointment for me? You can ask if you want to learn something. Can you explain how inflation works in simple terms? You can need help in writing something. Can you help me write a polite email to reschedule meetings? And so on and so forth. Are you familiar with any of these tools, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot? I highly recommend that you Google these tools, learn about them, and try them out. My favorite one is ChatGPT. In every major industrial revolution or technological shift, people have lost jobs, but at the same time, thousands of new jobs are created. When horse carriages were replaced by cars, blacksmiths, harness, and carriage makers were replaced by auto manufacturers and car mechanics. We had concerns about tailpipe emission and the environmental impact. We then started facing things like car accidents, fatalities, and drunk driving. When the internet and social media displaced print and TV as primary information channel, we had risks like misinformation, propaganda, hacking, cyberbullying. We had ethical concerns like data privacy and moderation, fairness. We had concerns about environment, growing data center energy demands, and the list goes on with nuclear energy, industrial robots, and digital photography. So let's see what concerns and impact we have from AI. Some of the risks of AI include job displacement due to automation and generative AI making biased or wrong decisions based on maybe bad training data, potential misuse by bad actors like deep fakes and hacking, difficulty controlling complex AI systems. On the ethical front, we have concerns related to privacy invasion through data collection, discrimination and unfair treatment due to wrong predictions, lack of clear responsibility of AI actions. Say, if a self-driving car has an accident, do you blame the driver, the car, or the manufacturer? Lack of transparency in AI decision making. Say, if a doctor uses AI assistant to diagnose a patient, do we know how the AI assistant actually arrived at the diagnosis? And lastly, we have some environmental concerns. Just imagine it takes massive amount of grid energy to run AI machines. large data centers produce high carbon emissions, contributing to the climate change. And lastly, use of rare materials to build the AI hardware, causing environmental damage. So what jobs are going to be eliminated? Routine manual jobs like factory assembly line workers, warehouse pickers and packers, and cashiers and retail clerks. Repetitive office tasks like data entry clerks, basic bookkeeping and accounting, and payroll clerks. Customer service and sales roles like call center agents, appointment booking chatbots, and voice AI. Transportation jobs, truck drivers and delivery drivers. Some creative and analytical jobs like basic content writing, simple graphics design or photo editing, or basic data analysis, and computer programming, routine coding, and bug fixing, writing repetitive code. AI might be replacing all those jobs. It is going to give room to many more exciting jobs and professions. We will need people who can develop machine learning and AI models, data scientists, AI ethics and policy experts, people to train the AI models, software engineers to integrate AI systems, human AI interaction designers, cybersecurity experts, robotics engineers, AI support engineers, creative people who can use AI, healthcare specialists, and lastly, AI strategy consultants. One thing you can take away from here is that every single profession will have an AI co-pilot. I hope you found this session useful. There are tons of resources. I'm going to leave links in the video description below. So before we end, I want to leave you with 3 questions. Grab a cup of coffee, find a quiet place, and ask yourself, how do you see using AI in your life? How is AI going to impact your career? And for students, how you feel AI is going to change what you study in college. And would you please take about 3 minutes of your time to give us a little feedback about the session and the content. Just use your mobile phone to scan this QR code. You can pause this video. And since this is a recorded session, if you have any questions, please reach out to me via LinkedIn messages. And you can find me on LinkedIn by scanning this QR code or searching for my name. Thank you.